I'm going to be showing you how you can use a lesson that's already been created to create a Pear Deck so that your students can be engaged and interact with you as you teach your lesson. So this is a lesson for second grade on the bugliest bug. And you can see, first of all, I am in my student account because that's the only way you can use your Pear Deck extension. Whenever I create a lesson, I'll share it between my teacher account and my student account so that I can do my Pear Deck, and if I need to share it or email it or different things like that, I still have access in both. So once I have my lesson pulled up, so this is just a normal Google Slides lesson that I've put pages of the book in, I go to my top part where it says extensions, select extensions, and then you'll see Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on, and then open Pear Deck add-on. By doing this, it's going to open up a library on the right-hand side of your screen with all of the different types of questions you can use in your Pear Deck. So you have a lot of different options available to you. If you scroll down, it says ask students a question. This is going to be the simple ones that you can pull in and make interactive with your slide. You also have a template library. So we're going to go ahead and start with our template library. And in my lesson, you can see I've listed my TEKS. I also did my lesson intention, my success criteria, and my essential question. So if I was doing my lesson, I would tell my students what we're going to be doing today is read aloud a book called The Bugliest Bug by Carol Diggory Shields. And then we'll do a mini lesson and read an article from Ranger magazine called The Sound of the Season. Before we do this, I'm going to do a beginning of lesson because it's always nice to kind of hear where your kids are. So you can have specific instructions incorporated. You can ask a specific lesson just to kind of get kids engaged. How are they feeling about this? Since this is going to be about bugs, I might go ahead and say, instead of how is the homework assignment, I'm going to click this interactive question so that it comes into my slides and change it to how do you feel about bugs? In this way, I can get their prior knowledge kind of stirred up and involved in interacting with this specific story. So how do you feel about bugs is going to be here. And then my next slide is where I have the title or the cover of the book and the specific TEKS I'm going to be focusing on with, again, my success criteria and essential questions. So how can we deepen our understanding of a text through inferences and looking at details? So if I have this as my EQ, now I can have students say, what are they wondering about this topic? And they can type it in. I can have them draw a slide. I can do any kind of assessment. So summarize what we just learned. Is this true or false? Draw to how you're feeling, create a mind map. There's lots and lots and lots of different things. Do you agree or disagree? And you can pull these in if you would like. You can also do a stretch break, whichever you choose. So for this one, I'm just going to leave this slide alone because all I need them to do, well, actually, no, I changed my mind. Sorry. We'll do text. And I'm actually going to instead, so you see down at the bottom, it says this is now a Pear Deck. I'm going to actually change my mind because I'm building this lesson for a specific teacher. I'm going to have the students rephrase this in their own words. So I'm going to say, rephrase what we are learning in your own words. Right, what we are learning in your own words. You will have, let's set a limit of 1 minute. And you can actually set a timer when you present this as well. So I'm making this now an interactive lesson. So now as we read, I can say, I've already placed in here my success criteria at the top, and then I've placed a couple of questions throughout my lesson, which if I was doing a read aloud, I would be asking these questions anyway. I just used to put them on a sticky note in my book, and instead of doing that, now I have them on this little text box. So what are some traits of a bug listed on this page? And I can go back to those simple interactive questions that I can pull in that are on the opening part of our library. And I can put text or I can do draw. If I'm wanting them to draw, that means that they could circle what traits they see and give me the text evidence, which is part of my success criteria, so that they should be able to look at details from text evidence, or I can have them write it. So I'm going to go ahead and let them draw. All I have to do is click it. It's going to add the interactive question to my slide, and I know it's here because it's down below. My next one, what can you infer about Dilly based on the text evidence on this page? And I'm going to have them write this time. So all I do is click text. It adds the interactive question, and now this is going to be interactive as well. You may need to adjust where your questions are so that you can still see them. But I will just go through my entire lesson, pulling in these questions to make it interactive, or if I choose to, I can put a stretch break. I can pull from this template library. And then when I'm ready to start my lesson with my class, I'll click Start Lesson, and on their screens, they'll need to join in through joinpd.com. And this will provide, I always click Student Instructor Paced Activity first, and then if I would like to release it later so that it can be student paced, I will as well. But it'll load the slides, and students will type in this code. Once everyone's in, you'll see the number here. Right now, no students are connected, but that's okay. And then you'll see that these are the actual slides that we just edited and created. And so the students will be able to interact with this entire lesson as we go through it together. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or book me, and I will come and assist you as best I can. Thank you for your patience and watching.